about innovation in large organizations. How does innovation happen in large organizations?
As I said, if the large organization, their systems are nimble enough to adapt to change systems for the better quickly, those are the organizations which move forward. If you compare a large organization with a small startup or a small organization, the smaller organization is more in connect with its user. The larger organization, by the time the information from the marketplace reaches a decision maker, it is already filtered down by probably 4 or 5 layers of people, of management. So that firstly the time for change is gone. And by the time they change, somebody else has come into their place. That's what has happened. And what happens in large organizations, what I feel is, they have invested so much of resource in their products or services that they are doing, that they are unwilling to cannibalize their own products. Because there is some cost, they keep feeling that I have to recover my sunk costs. But they sometimes forget that if I am not going to introduce a new product by cannibalizing my old product, somebody else is going to come in and we are going to get wiped out. So companies which are willing to cannibalize their own products are the ones which are going up. Let's look at a lot of examples. Sony is one, Apple is one. They consciously discontinue manufacturing the old version and keep on introducing the new. That keeps their inventories low. That keeps people also interested because something new is coming all the time. Companies which have failed to cannibalize their own products, classic cases would be a Nokia or a Kodak. They didn't cannibalize their own film business when they invented the digital camera. Had they done it, they would have been what Nikon and Canon are today. But despite being the first company to invent digital cameras, they are bankrupt and up for sale. I don't think anybody is willing to buy them now, I think.
So in this environment where there are lots of restrictions of finance, bosses, organization, how does an individual keep the flame or the spirit of innovation alive in him?
Tough. Tough to do, to be able to do. Not many people can do it. So that's where I'm saying that the organizational mindsets need to change. For an individual to fight a lone battle, it entirely depends on that fellow's convictions, and not many people do have those convictions. So organizations as a whole need to understand this, and it has to be a CEO-driven initiative. Only then will people open up to these kind of things.
Sure, sure. Only thing is, in this entire place, we do have some oasis of creativity and innovation still being there in the organization. Why do you think that happens? That even when there are restrictions, there are 1 or 2 individuals in an organization who remain innovative?
That's, as I mentioned, that's purely on the strong convictions of that individual. And the role of the CEO or the HR or the L&D team is to make heroes out of such people. So that others get inspired and encouraged by such people. And the whole organization also starts thinking in those terms. So I've noticed in companies like Mahindra Group, etc., when people like this, they find people like this, more than any monetary rewards, they give some kind of rewards which enhance the self-esteem of such an individual to such a high level that his influence grows in its circle. So for example, these guys would be sent for maybe a 2-week stint at a D school at Stanford University, or for some executive development program at Harvard Business School or something like that. And when that person comes in, not necessarily only the inputs that he brings in, but the growth in confidence that that person brings in, and the ability to influence people around him or her just goes up.
Yes.
So such kinds of voices need to be nurtured like that.
So Kaustubh, let's hope that more and more people move from the circle of concern to the circle of influence and keep the spirit of innovation alive like you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.